what do you do when your 900 horsepower 350Z isn't daily drivable anymore, but you still want something that'll bite you back from light to light? You buy a much older Nissan, of course.
Oh my God. You guys, yeah, I was just going to give you guys a first impression while we drive over to a better road. Tanner's next to me, you can't see him though, and yeah, we're just gonna go for a rip. I mean, the clutch is heavy, but it's easy. I mean, you guys, you can't see it right now, but the only thing I'm looking at is a big Holley EFI digital display with the digital RPM readout. Massive. Then we got we have a fuel gauge, it reads in reverse. So if we're empty, we're actually full, which I don't know, actually I haven't decided if that's better than having no fuel gauge and just like a trip odometer, but. Oh yeah. So you guys, 5.3 liter aluminum block LS engine. Revs nice and quickly, and it definitely does not die off at the top end. All right, let's get Tanner in the passenger seat to talk about the car. He bought this already swapped, sight unseen, as a fun daily, but it wasn't exactly what the seller had described. We'll get to that a little bit later, but for now he insisted I try some no lift shifts. I'm sure the CDO9 350Z gearbox can handle it, right? Try 3-4. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah, all right.
Went a little sideways on the bridge.
Yeah, we got a little light there. Not the best spot to do that.
Funny.
I got freaked out the last second. I didn't do a full no lift shift.
Yeah.
I know, I didn't really commit. Man, so 5.3 liter LS. What do you think this is making right now? I mean, I'm thinking around 350 to 400 wheel. Am I totally off?
I would say 350 wheel. That would be my guess.
Okay.
I've got, I mean, it's...
Wow. Yeah, she moves.
It's got 243 heads.
Okay.
Then it's got a cam. It's got like a comp drift cam or whatever. The peak power is like 7,500, I think. Then it's got a Holley low ram intake, and then yeah, it's Gen 4 internals and a Gen 1 block, so they're a little bit higher compression.
Okay.
ISR headers and full exhaust, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the tune I threw in it, I think I've gone pretty aggressive with the tune. It's like 31, 32 degrees up top.
Okay.
So I would say it's got to be around 350 wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it hangs with 500 wheel cars that are heavier for sure.
Yeah, because what does a 240 S13 weigh? Like 28, 2,900 pounds?
I think this is even a little bit lighter than that.
Yeah.
Definitely a light car. It surprises a lot of people. It surprises me. I didn't think it would be as fast as it is.
You really feel it when you do the no lift shift.
Yeah.
And you just feel that kick.
Yeah.
Because with a non-turbo car like this, when you just roll into it, the torque is like, there's a ton of torque and you're accelerating quickly, but it's not until you get that real punch that you feel it.
Yeah, and then it's got the diff, the Q45 diff, is a 369 ratio, which is a really nice ratio for a slower car.
It's nice, yeah.
So yeah, it makes it feel like it goes all right. Like it's not a fast car by any means.
Yeah.
But yeah, hanging with a little bit heavier 500 wheel cars it does that no problem.
No, it's a quick car. It's a nice, like, smooth. I mean, you can't go wrong with an LS swap, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even full throttle, and then you had that last little bit.
Yeah, it really likes 5,500 and over.
Yeah.
That's when it starts to come alive a little bit more.
Yeah, you can feel the cam.
Yeah.
It feels like it carries though.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, and then this one's, it's got springs, push rods, lifters, so it likes to rev a bit more.
It's the perfect amount of sketch. It's very, like, that hill back there, and then just, it's a little bit bouncy, but it's, you know.
Oh, it's getting a little hot now again.
Oh my God, wow. I wasn't even looking. Do you want me to pull over? Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, dude. Oh, good. I think that is a new high score, though.
That's funny.
Yeah, we're getting hot.
250, nice.
You don't seem phased at all.
Nice work. Nice work. That is a tough score to beat. I don't think I'll ever beat that. That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, look at that. We're fine.
All right, you guys, we're gonna try to go from a dig. This might end not great, but we'll try. Grinded the shit out of second gear.
That's all right. It still went good though. It was a fairly decent shift.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
It takes some finesse.
Yeah. Yeah, people love this car too. If it's sitting next to the Z, no one looks at the Z.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. I think it's a
I had to do one more. The 350Z doesn't have as much of a cult following behind it.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
You know?
It's a little, yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm not a Z guy. I mean, I'm quite a bit of a Z guy now after owning one for 10 years and building it completely. But I'm still not the biggest Z fan, and I'm not really a 240 guy at all. I hate LS swaps. I think they're so. But I was like, I want something reliable that makes power easily. I can put a blower on it later on, and
it's just rowdy.
Yeah, and like it's just an easy car to drive, and that people would like.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, people love this car. So basically the motor was down in the 350Z for a couple of years, just building it to go faster, and I was getting a little bored. Found it in Alberta.
Okay.
Talked to the guy. He seemed really cool. He seemed like he knew, he built it all himself. He seemed like he knew what he was doing. So I had a video chat with him, went over it, had a deal, and I bought it sight unseen. It's like we talked about earlier, it's a good 30, 60 foot car.
Yeah.
It's got its fair share of blemishes and stuff, but it's not too bad. But yeah, I had a company go pick it up in an enclosed trailer, and then I went to Kelowna and picked it up. I discussed it with the owner. He said it's a daily drivable car. You can drive it 4 hours straight, not have an issue. I drive it all the time. It's perfect. Never has a problem. I mean, I've pretty nearly gone over the entire car from front to back. In terms of mechanical things, basically it showed up in Kelowna.
Yeah.
The driver was a little pissed off because it made a mess of his trailer, and I was like, I don't understand, why did it make a mess of your trailer?
Yeah.
And he said it's dumping out fuel and oil.
And you're like, hey, it's not my car anymore.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird. I wasn't told about any of that.
Okay, yeah.
And so we back it out of the trailer. Thing wouldn't even run. It just wouldn't even idle. It was...
Wow.
Yeah, and then I popped the hood. It was genuinely dumping fuel out of the main fuel line directly onto the headers.
Wow.
Like dumping out. And I was like, okay, this is going to catch on fire. That's great. I can't drive this home now.
Yeah.
Which was my plan, was to drive it 2 hours home.
Yeah, not a long drive, but enough to like, you'd assume like, oh, if the car's drivable, you could iron out any like minor little...
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to run perfect and stuff, because the guy tuned it himself. He built it himself. I was like, there's going to be things wrong with it. But
it's a swapped car at the end of the day, but at the same time, if somebody is, you know, hey, it's a running, driving, daily drivable car, as is, I mean, leaking fuel is not part of my daily drive.
No, not to the point of catching fire, that's for sure.
No.
It was dumping fuel out of the tank also.
Yeah, okay.
Oil was literally pumping out of the oil pan.
Yeah.
So it was leaving huge puddles in a matter of 30 seconds. It had probably a good quarter liter. I mean, oil always looks worse on the ground than what it is, but it was dumping out loads of oil. So that sucked. So I was like, great, I guess I need to call a flat deck and get it towed home.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Got it home, threw it on the hoist, had a good look around. The frame was all punched in at the back, had oil leaks everywhere. The oil pan was leaking, the rear main was leaking, the dipstick tube was leaking. It was dumping so much fuel in it at idle. He had it set at like 9 AFR, so it was just dumping fuel in like crazy.
Was it still on this Holly setup?
Yeah, it was on the Holly,
Okay.
So I mean, that was nice. So I was like, okay, I'll just download the app. I'm familiar with doing some light tuning with the Z, so I'll just tune it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I threw a pretty basic tune in it. It seems to like it. It goes quite well with it. Idle's a lot better. It's not fucking washing the rings down now.
You assume at that moment, what would be going through my mind is, this guy's gonna have no accountability. Even if you contact whoever this person was that was selling the car. If it was something small, you would hope that, okay, you contact the person, okay, here's either a few $100 back, here's a couple thousand back, or whatever it may be, or just send the car back. Like reverse the deal altogether. But,
which is, I was looking for anything along those lines, really. Like, I contacted him, and I was nice at first. I was like, look, man, like, we've got some things to talk about. The car isn't exactly how you represented it. I started out just with the frame alone. I was like, the frame is completely punched in the back, because you obviously lifted it. You used the jack points in the wrong spot.
Oh, wow.
So they lifted it wrong, and they buckled the frame, and they did it on both sides. So I was like, what? Why didn't you tell me about that? Like, that's a big deal. I was like, if the car gets rear-ended, it's just gonna buckle.
No, that's a safety thing. It's not just mechanical.
Because it was from Alberta. I have to get it inspected in BC, so it needs to pass all the safety stuff.
100%.
And I was like, that alone will make it fail every time.
So how does this all resolve? How do you get, like, minus all the work that you've put in since then, what was the resolution? Did you get blocked?
There was there was some blocking to put it shortly. He denied most of the things. At first he was like, oh, okay, like send me a bill kind of for like whatever the issues are, and then I was like, well, like there's a lot of problems here. And then he started denying things, and then he just straight up blocked me.
Wow.
And so I had to get a lawyer and get involved with that, and I mean, it's just that there's no way I could win.
No.
Because I mean, the lawyer said, like, he's like, because it's two different provinces, you're screwed already.
Right.
He's like, you can't really win. The lemon law doesn't apply from province to province. If it was in the same province, you'd have a good fighting chance.
I see.
But because it's two different provinces, there's nothing that can be done.
No kidding.
So he's like, we can write a letter.
Dang, okay. So now, well, here's the thing. Now you just have to have way more fun in this car than you initially would have to make up for it.
And I've had quite a bit of fun in it so far. So.
Well, hey, thanks for the drive.
Yeah.
See you soon.
poor car. Yeah, shooting will do that, man.